Hi, welcome to another edition of Legal Quilts. Today we are back to how to make a quilt, and it's also a work in progress. You'll notice as we go along that I'm not using the quilt I had been using before, the table topper. I'm starting to feel a little guilty about putting out that pattern out there when it was somebody who had put a lot of effort into it. So I switched. We're going to be doing a double Irish chain, because although there's lots of patterns for that out there, it's pretty much, you can't copyright the block itself, so I don't feel so bad doing the block. If you do want a good pattern for it, I highly recommend Quilt in a Day, the Quilt in a Day Irish chain pattern. It is wonderful. It's really easy to follow. I think that's the first Quilt in a Day I did. You can order it directly from the Quilt in a Day website. And I'm going to put a link to where you can order it on Amazon in the notes for this episode. The cool thing about this is an Irish chain is it's strip piecing, and it's pretty simple to do. Again, this is a work in progress, so I've been working on it a little bit for years. So this is one of the other reason I want to use this one now and how to do a quilt is maybe I'll actually finish it. So first you cut your strips, as you can see, and you sew them into strip sets. Now these aren't the strip sets that we're going to be looking at today. And this is, we're doing a double Irish chain. There's single Irish chain, there's double, and then triple. We're just going to be doing the double, and it's strip sets that you then subcut into smaller, rows, and then you just sew the rows together. That's for block one. There's two blocks, and so today we're going to be showing block one, and it's fairly simple. And again, I've already started on this, so my strip sets are already done, and I've already done the subcutting. I'm just sewing the blocks at this point. Again, Quilt in a Day is a great place to start this. There's also all kinds of patterns out on the web to do this, but Quilt in a Day is the best. This is going to be a lap quilt one, and what we're going to be doing, like I said, is sewing block one, which looks like this. I don't know if you can see the whole block really well. There we go. And it looks like this, and it's really just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, made up of 5 rows, and it just goes together really easily. You subcut your block, your long strips into the smaller strips, which are cut 2.5 inches for this block. You've got your 2.5 inch strips sets. These are each 2.5 inch strips, and then you subcut them 2.5 inches. So you get 2.5 inches and 2.5 inches. Now I've labeled them, well, I haven't labeled them, but I've laid them out 1, 2, 3, and that's so I remember what the heck I'm doing. All right, you want to remember which are your rows, which are your sets, and which your colors are, so that your chains look right. So you want to keep that in the order of, this is strip set 1, or this is subcut strip set 1, this is subcut strip set 2, and this is subcut strip set 3. The one I'm making, I need 18 blocks of block 1. And I've already done, I'm so proud of myself, 9. So I'm halfway there on block 1. I haven't even started block 2. That'll be a later episode. So this is the reason, one of the reasons why I wanted to do that is maybe I can finally finish this quilt, because it is done in my absolutely favorite, well, not my absolutely favorite, but my second favorite quilt fabric line, which is Sandscape by Northcutt. You know that Northcutt had to be in here somewhere, because Sandscape, every purchase of Sandscape product, Northcutt gives back to women's empowerment organizations. They help women in lower economic situations empower themselves to get out of poverty. So that's why I support Sandscape. And it's very simple. You take, to sew this block together, you just take one of strip set 1, and then you take one of strip set 2, and you lay it on, right sides together, And you just get my needles in the right place. Okay, let's see what I'm doing here. All right. I had to switch over from free motion quilting last night to putting my regular foot back on, so gotta make sure everything's all right again. And you kind of want to nest your seams, so you want one up, one down as you're going along. And you want your ends to match, of course. And you just, my needle wasn't set right. And then you just, once you stop arguing with your sewing machine, it's gonna be, there we go. The thread was in the way and it was causing it to bunch up there. You just do strip set 1. You want your ends to match up, like I said, and one up, one down. I found it's easiest to make your top one the up one, because you can see what you're doing, and then the bottom one just naturally flows down. So you go one up, one down, and you just sew that using your 1/4 inch seam allowance, just straight down. And then when you get that done, that's kind of that clunk noise you hear. That's kind of why you want to nest your seams, so that they don't create too much bulk in your block as you're going along. So you've sewn strip set 1 to strip set 2. Open it out and take strip set 3, looks like this, and you sew that on there, and then you sew out, come on, there we go. And you sew that one on there. Like I said, I'm not using the Quilt in the Day pattern, but I did get another pattern that I found on the internet. I printed it off, and so that I don't forget which strip set has to go where in the block. Like I said, I've been working on this for a while, and I go away from it and I come back and I look at it and go, what am I doing? So you've got the first 3 done. You've got 1, 2, 3. So I've got my block here and I've got my pattern, and I just wrote the numbers down here. You can't really see this, but I wrote it on here. Patterns are made to be written on. Write your notes on there. Write your thoughts. Go, oh yeah, this color is supposed to go here. Substituting red for the green, or whatever you're doing so that it helps you. And if you go back to that, make your notes like, oh, it goes easier if you do, if you lay them out like this. So make a note to do that. So if you come back to this pattern, you can see what you've learned before. Write what you learn, because patterns are a lot like recipes. They're really helpful of what you need to do, but make it your own. You can do a little flair with them, you know, figure out what works best for you, or what notes you need to remember to do next time, and it makes it so much easier. So now that you've got 1, 2, 3, you just go backwards. 2, take another strip set 2. So basically you need twice as many. You'll find this out. I'm skipping ahead a little bit, but it's not a big surprise. You need, when you're cutting your strip sets, and this is in the directions, but you'll see you'll need twice as many 1s and 2s as 3s, because you use 1 and 2 twice in each block, but you only use 3 1s. Again, this is just block 1. As since I haven't even started block 2, when it comes time to do that, you'll see me subcutting and sewing, so won't that be fun? Using my handy dandy. But what I really like about this is it's just all strip piecing. Once you sew your strips together, you've got a lot of it done. You then just have to subcut, and then the blocks go together fairly easily because it's only 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, and it's very easy to do. It comes together nicely, and you got a nice block. So like I said, it's 1, 2, 3, 2, and then 1 again at the end. So you've got 1 at the top and bottom, then 2 next to each one, and then a 3 in the middle to make it 5. And it's all, and that is how you make block 1 of your Irish chain. Irish chain, this, if you've ever seen a finished Irish chain, it comes out gorgeous, but the end block is, but it goes together so simply because it's just the blocks that you've laid out when you did your original strip set. That sets everything up for everything later. So this is, and that's it. That's how you make block 1. And like I said, now I only have to do 8 more of these. And then we'll move on to block, and the next time I do this, I'll be showing you how to subcut and sew block 2. This is block 1, and it's all done. So that's this episode. Please visit all my, scan the QR code, and you'll be able to see where all my social media is, the website. I still don't have everything up on the website. I'm now on Mastodon under Legal Quilts. I'm at the party one, the party server. I haven't added that to the QR code yet because I don't want to redo the QR code. But everything else is the same, Instagram, all of that stuff. Also, Small Business Saturday is coming up the day after Thanksgiving. I'm not going to be pushing that this year because I don't have everything up on the website. Also, I've got a lot of, the day job is going to be very busy, and I won't have time to ship stuff out in a timely manner, and I don't want to do that to y'all. But if you don't mind waiting a little bit, feel free to go and look and see what I do have there. And again, that's in the QR code. So until next time, enjoy quilting, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.